If you've ever had to deal with a submittal and submittal management before, you know it can be a tedious process of receiving information from a subcontractor, passing that over to a review and design team, getting their approval, having them request a revision, and going through this process until eventually you have a submittal package that is approved by the review and design team. In 2020, the submittal is not only a way to keep everything organized, it also has built-in workflows and collaboration. I want to go over that really quickly here in just a presentation format, and then we'll show you how that works in the software. So the first part of the process really starts with a submittal register. And this is where you're going to be entering in the basic details of the submittal. So when we're looking at a project right here, in our ribbon for project documents, you can see that we have 4 submittals here. This essentially is our submittal register. The first thing that we want to do is enter in some very basic details about the submittal that we want to track. So let's go ahead and do that now. We'll hit create, and we can enter in the submittal number, and let's just put some flashing. Our subcontractor will be Hindsight Discipline. We'll just quickly fill all these in. So here's our ball in court. We'll leave that blank for now. Maybe this submittal is applicable to a specific spec section, and maybe an analytic count or cost code, location. Let's put in some dates here. Here's our submit by date. We need this by next week. And the final due date is going to be, a couple weeks from today. Okay, so essentially we're just going to put in some basic information about this submittal. On these tabs here, it will automatically pull in defaults from our project. So if we have a review and design team set up on the project, it will pull that in here. In this case, we don't. Let's add in Dwayne Johnson here. The copy to tab is where we can send out email notifications to other people, maybe other individuals in our company, to let them know about submittals that we're working on. The responses is going to be all the responses from the review team, whether they have approved it or whether they have requested a revision. So we'll keep track of all of that here. And then our attachments obviously is going to be all of the files and attachments that the subcontractor uploads, and then any notes and any other information. The next step of the process then is to request the submittal details from the subcontractor. So once we have that submittal register created, we'll click the button and it will automatically send an email to the subcontractor that we specified in that submittal register, send them an email and ask them to upload their submittal details to the project portal. So let's show how that works here. Okay, so in our system, now that we have the details set up, we're going to go ahead and validate this. The next thing that is available for us to do is to send it to the subcontractor. Now it's going to send it to the subcontractor that we specified in this form. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll receive an email. You can see below your email was successfully sent. Okay, here is the email that I just barely received. You can see that there's submittal details are required. Hindsight, your submittal details are required for this project. Here's some basic details. But what we want to do is click here to upload our submittal details. And when I do that, it's actually going to upload and open up our project portal here. So you can see that from the project portal, this subcontractor is not a user in the 2020 system, but still has the ability to collaborate and work within the confines of the 2020 system. So we're asking them to upload their submittal details. So what they need to do is click the button here to upload. Here is my submittal. Go ahead and choose the file. Let's upload this submittal here and hit open and then submit. Okay, as the subcontractor has submitted that, now we're going to get another notification in our system to let us know that the submittal has been received by the subcontractor. So if I come in here and we look, the submittal was received from Hindsight Technologies for this project right here. Okay, so let's continue with our workflow. The next step, after this notification letting us know that we've received the submittal from the subcontractor, it's also going to notify the design team that we have specified on that submittal register. So the design team will receive that submittal and they will have the ability to look at that submittal online to be able to approve it or to reject it, to look at the attachments and to actually annotate and make comments and do what they need to do on those attachments. Let's look at that in the software. Okay, here we are back at the 2020 submittal, and just a couple of things have happened so far. So we can see right here that now our submittal is marked as received. We've received the submittal details from the subcontractor. If we go to our attachments, we're going to see here is the actual attachment that was uploaded from the subcontractor. And we're going to start building out these responses as our review and design team starts to send us things back. So if you notice up here, our next button that we have available here is submitting it for review. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this to review, and this is going to submit it to those individuals that are on this review team. Okay, I've just received the email. So here's the email that comes over. The submittal is ready for your review. Here's some details about this. Here's the people on the distribution list or the review and design team. I'm going to go ahead and click review and approve, and it will again open this up to the portal. So now we are a person or an individual on the review and design team, and you can notice here that I have a big button here to review and approve it. Down below, obviously I have all the details that we put onto that submittal, but I also have the details from that subcontractor. So as a member of the review and design team, I can click on this attachment. I can open it up. I can look at, all the details that make it up, how many pages are here. From here, I can easily click on something, and type in some text. I can, use a paintbrush tool or whatever I need to do to point things out. We have highlighting and captions, but there's also a collaboration tool here. So all the work that I am doing, all the things that we're attaching here, you can see that we're keeping track of an audit trail and a collaboration for all of the individuals and all of the people that are working on this. So there's a lot of great interactive collaboration that takes place with the files and attachments in the submittal. But jumping back, after we've looked and reviewed all the details of the submittal, then I have the opportunity to review and approve this. From here, I'm either going to accept it or reject it. And we'll go ahead and reject it here. Okay, again, I receive a notification that the reviewer, Dwayne Johnson, has taken a look at the submittal and has rejected it. When I jump back into the 2020 system here and I look at my status now, this submittal is now in a revised status. So from here, what we want to do then is create a new revision. When we create a new revision, we're copying all the information into another revision of this, keeping all the basic details, and we can essentially go through this process again with Rev 1, revision number 1. So I'm going to validate it, and I'm going to actually go through and submit it out for review again. That new revision will be submitted to the review and design team for their approval. So we'll do that again. Okay, so we have shown that the design team has received an email. They've been able to access that submittal through the project portal, and then they can either approve it directly and the submittal package is completed, or they can request a revision. And all of these details are being tracked and stored within that submittal package, and everything is available on the project portal. So now we've gone through, we've made a revision, and now we're going to resubmit that back to the design team, where then hopefully everything looks great to the design team and they're going to go ahead and approve this. Again, I receive a notification that this new revision is ready for review and approval. I'm going to go ahead and click that and drag in the new submittal so I can look at it. Now you can see that we're at submittal number 4-1. So this is revision number 1 of that submittal. I'm going to go ahead and review and approve it, and this time we will accept it. Looks good. If I come into my 2020 system and I look at my responses, I can see Dwayne Johnson was sent the submittal package on 2/15 and rejected it. And then Dwayne Johnson was sent it again and approved it and accepted it. So now it's up to me as the project manager to look over everything, and I can come in and I can approve this, and everything is ready to go. So when we come back and we look at our project and we go to our submittal register, submittal log, we can see all of the different submittals that we have here, and notice that they're colored certain ways. We can group them by status. So here we can see we have one. Here is our new approved submittal that we were just working on. We have a couple in draft mode, a couple that are in the stage sent to the subcontractor. One has received from our subcontractor. Hopefully you've seen that the 2020 Submittal Management System can really help speed things up and make you more organized and efficient.